Hello, it's Katie, and I'm back for another fun, crafty activity for you to try at home with materials we've sent you. And today, as you can see, we're going to have a go at making pom-pom spiders, because this pack, these DVDs and the things we've sent out, are themed around Nancy the Spider, which is something you guys in Studio Workshop are going to be working on in the future. But we thought everybody can have a bit of a fun go at making some pom-poms. So we're going to show you how to make a pom-pom, and then we're also going to show you how to turn that into a spider. So this is one I made earlier, my new little friend. I think he's rather cute. You might have noticed as well that we've got a bit of a different of a camera angle today, and that's hopefully to be able to show you lots of nice detail work, because you'll be able to sort of see all the little fiddly bits that I'm going to be showing you today. So I'll run you through what materials you're going to need. So I'll move my new friend to one side. So you're going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to need some card. And this card you can just use from the recycling. It doesn't need to be any special sort of card. Not too thick, not too thin. A cereal box is probably, something like a cereal box is going to be best actually for you. And in your material packs, coming home with you for this, is you'll have some card with some wool wrapped around it, like so. And also a couple of pipe cleaners as well, which will be, as you saw before, his little legs, which is quite cute. So we're going to start off with cutting out our donut circles. So with your card, we're going to make the pom-pom maker sort of thing that we're going to need. So I'll show you these. So this is what we're going to end up with. And it's really important that you use two. We really do need two for this. Otherwise, when it comes to a later step, you'll be in a bit of bother. So all you need to do on your card is draw out your circles like this. And it's really easy just to draw. What I would do is draw around something circular and something ever slightly smaller circular, and then you know they're the same size, because it is quite important that they're both the same size, so then your pom-pom is nice and neat and easy to work with in the future. So just draw it out on your card, and you can see I've started cutting the hole out of this one. It's not super neat, but it doesn't need to be super neat, because we're not going to sort of need it after you've made the pom-pom, so to speak. So it's only a temporary thing. So I'll show you now how to cut a hole in, because cutting it out around the edge, simple enough. Just sort of following your scissors round like so. So this is why also having your card not too thick is helpful, because that makes the cutting out bit nice and simple. So cutting out your middle, the top tip is just to gently fold it in half like that, without snapping your card, hopefully. And you're just going to make an incision with your scissors like that, and that way you can fit your scissors into that hole. Now if you're struggling with this, do get somebody at home to help you, because I don't want any of you slicing your fingers off doing this. That'd be a bit of a, well, not great. So just do that twice. Make sure they're sort of neat enough, similar size, like these. And keep them together, don't lose either of them. Brilliant. So, now you've got, flinging everything everywhere, your two circles. You've got them together. You're going to take your wool wrapping. Now, there's a lot of wool on here, and you should have enough to make a pom-pom, as long as you make your circles not too big. The bigger circles you make, the more wool you're going to need. So start off quite small to start with, until you get more wool for yourself if you want to continue. And all I'm going to do is unwind a small amount of this wool. And I'm going to really emphasise a small amount, because otherwise you can end up in a right taffle and a knot, and it'll be a right to do. So all you need is, you see how much I've got there? Tiny amount. And a good rule of thumb actually is a piece of wool the length of your arm. And that way you know it's a manageable size. So take a small bit of wool, because you can always get more off, because we're going to be putting it through this hole, so you're not going to be able to fit that through. Nice little gentle size. So this is quite difficult to start with. You're going to sort of have your wits about you, so you're going to start off. I'm just trying to get the angle right here. My giant video of my giant thumb. You're going to start off with, let's get the angle right here, Katie. There we go. So you see, I've got multiple circles and I've put them together so they're the same lining up. You see how they're sandwiched together like that? And you're going to use one hand to keep them together, and on one bit of the thread, just put your thumb on that end bit of thread there, like that. And that's going to keep it in place. And then you're going to pull through your thread, like so. So you need both hands for this fiddly bit, so you can ask somebody at home to help you if you want. And you see how I'm just gently, carefully, neatly wrapping that outer edge, like so. And I'm pulling it through. It's like threading your needle, but just a big needle, a big eye of the needle. And I'm careful not to wrap the full circle. Don't be doing this, because like I said, when you get to the next step, you're going to regret that, because that's going to be a bit of a faff and that's not going to work. So you need to be paying attention, especially when you're starting off, and to be sure to be wrapping around the edge like that. And you want it nice and even and neat, otherwise you'll have a coslonkered, that's a good word, wonkified pom-pom. So you just want to pull it through. And I'll go all the way around just to demonstrate. Like so. Now you can see it's probably going to take a while to wrap all around the edge. So once you get in the groove of things and you know what you're doing, you can sit down and watch telly with it, or have a cup of tea and put the radio on, or listen to some music. And you can sort of just do this when you're chilling in the evening and wrap your thread. So you've got loads of colours there on your bit of card. So feel free to use all the different colours. And if you've got some wool at home, that's even better. You can mix it up. You've got different textures of wool, chunky wool, fluffy wool. It's all brilliant stuff. Raid your nan's cupboard with all her knitting supplies. Pinch a bit of a wool there. So you're going to keep doing this until you reach the point of, here's one I made earlier, of this. So you can see I've really wrapped a fair amount of wool around my donuts there. You see the difference? You can't even see through that hole, barely enough. I could probably about fit my finger through, but I've used quite chunky wool on this just for this demonstration one. But I've got a really nice, big, thick, fluffy amount. So keep going until this looks like that. There we go. Smashing. So, once you're happy with the amount of wool you've got lots of different colours, you've got fluffy bits, and you're happy with how your pom-pom's looking, you're going to get your scissors. And this might seem a bit funny at first, but we're going to start chopping at all that wool you've wound round. Now, the bit you want to chop at, is you see where there was the hole, is the flat bit almost. So you're sort of looking for this flat edge here is where you're going to be starting to chop. So take your time with this. Do be careful. I'm just going to start cutting it. And the trick is just to do small amounts. Don't think you can cut through all of the wool at one go. You want to do it in stages. Now, if you do have a pair of fabric scissors at home, it might be worth getting them out, but a normal pair of scissors should just do the trick as well. She says, there we go. You see how that's starting to come apart? Those with the inner wool, and it's starting to fluff out now. As the pom-pom's starting to take shape. There we go. I might cut this bit out. Let's do a time lapse. That'd be groovy. Here we go. Right, checking back in after the time lapse here. Now, I've done quite a bit of cutting and I've started to manage to get all the way down to those card pieces there. Can you see them there shining through? So it took me a while, but I've got there. And the trick is once you manage to get through to here, you can really speed up your trimming. So you see how they can slightly separate like that. This is why we made two. And you see how they like that? You can put your scissors in between them and you can really get a good bit of traction on your cutting. And you can really start snipping there. So you see how I've managed to make that much bigger already. So you can zoom away like so. Brilliant. So I'm all the way around now. So all the way around my pom-pom is the card like that. So it looks like a weird sort of sandwich of fluffy bread and cardboard in it. So you almost say you can start to see it's taking shape as a pom-pom. Yay! Brilliant. So next step is we're going to tie it off and secure, because you see all these loose fluffy bits, they're not secure at the minute. They're just being held on by that card. So we're going to bunch them all together and make sure they're all nice and secure. So you're going to come back to your wool and you're going to pull a little section off. The stronger the wool, the better. So go for something a bit more tensile strength, so it's called, nothing too fluffy, because we're going to be tying a knot with this. So again, we're going to come back and we're going to find the middle between your two cardboard pieces. So you can just with your fingers just open it up a bit, and what you're going to do is you're going to wrap the thread in between. So let's see if I can get that nice and detailed. So you see the thread is coming through the middle of that. You just pull it round, all the way around, and you should be able to tie a knot like that. And tie a knot as tight as you can, because this will keep your pom-pom nice and secure together. Like that. And I might even double up my knot as well, just to make it nice and secure. Brilliant. Sometimes the wool does snap if you pull too hard, but I feel like that's strong enough together. I might actually double up, and just to make sure, because that did snap. And you see, I'm going to just put it through the middle bit again, pull it through, thread it through the sandwiched bit. Big close-up of my hand then, I do apologise. Pull it tight, and there we go. So, once you're happy with that, which I think I am, you can get rid of the cardboard. Now, can you see I'm starting to pry it open? And what's the easiest really is you can just rip the cardboard. Again, why it's handy not to have it too thick. Just pull it apart like so, and you can sort of get rid of that, because the string is holding all that wool together now, not the card, so we can get rid of the card. And I'll do that for both. There we go. Free it of its cardboard. Nice. So it's a little bit square at the minute, so I might give it a little haircut actually. See all these like loose bits? I mean, if you like it in a sort of fluffy shape, that's all right, but I'm gonna see if I can get it a bit more circle, a bit more, so you can just make a bit of a mess and get a load of wool everywhere and just start trimming up my pom-pom and getting it nice and fluffy, making sure all these fluff bits are sort of roughly the same length. It's quite satisfying giving this a haircut actually. Special spider hairdressers. There we go. Doo-doo-doo. It's a bit neater now, isn't it? You just give it a bit of a squish, Move on that out of the way, yeah. And you've got a pom-pom. So you can keep it like that, just to make a pom-pom. And there's all sorts you can do with pom-poms. You can make Christmas decorations, getting that time of the year, or you can sort of make a nice little garland. So you make a few and sort of tie them together. That's quite pretty. You could do all sorts. But, as I said, I'm going to turn him into a nice spider. Give this spider a pallor. So, like I said, we needed some pipe cleaners for the legs. You can see how I've done them there. And it really is as simple as getting your pipe cleaners and sort of just shoving them in, really. So sometimes you can find the middle hole of where all the thread was coming out of, but you can just gently thread it through. Maybe give the leg a bend. And you've got the start of your spider leg there. That's pretty cute, isn't it? So put all three in. And you can just sort of pushing it through into your pom-pom. It's simple enough. If you're aiming for that middle bit there. And once you've got that, I'll just put that one in there as well. Fantastic. So a spider's got 6 legs. So you do that on both sides. Just for this demo one, I'll leave him like that. And he's got these legs. That looks quite good, actually. Ah, brilliant. So there we go. We're starting to get there. So the finishing touches is really his eyeballs. Give him a pair of eyeballs so he can see where he's going. So for these, I've just used 2 old wooden beads. But you can use anything that you've got in the house. Some googly eyes, because, you know, everyone's got googly eyes knocking about her. Or you can use sequins, buttons. Buttons would be quite cute, actually. And you could just tie them on by wrapping the thread around your pom-pom and threading it through. Or you can even use a hot glue gun to glue it on. That could work as well. Just attach it. And you can really just go wild, actually, if you want to add some sequins, whatever, glitter, all sorts you can add onto your spider. And I think that's about it, really. Don't forget, you can, because if you're watching this on YouTube, leave us a comment. But if you're watching it on DVD and maybe something you think, what on earth was Katie saying about that on that pom-pom video, do just give us a call. There's the contact details on the on the packs that we've sent out, or get somebody at home to put you in contact with us. And if you're struggling or want a bit of help, or you need something clearing up, or you're struggling with something, do just get in contact and let us know and say, oh, Katie, what were you on about when you were doing that pom-pom spider? I was a bit confused at that. So really there's no need to struggle, just get in contact, ring us up or email the office, whoever, and we'll be there for you. So I hope you've enjoyed my pom-pom spider video. I've enjoyed making it. Pom-poms are pretty, once you've done it once, you've done it. I think most of you lot have done pom-poms with us at Prism Arts anyway, so this is probably just a bit of a recap. And I tell you what, we'll say goodbye. See you in the next video. Toodaloo!